In this video, we're going to go over how to find the ohm range of what the sender that might be in your tank is. A lot of times you'll run into a situation where you need to replace a sender in an old vehicle, but you want to keep the stock gauge. Well, the only way to do that is you have to match the sender that's in the tank to the ohm range in the gauge. And if you don't know what that is, then you need to find out so you can purchase the correct one. You're going to need a digital multimeter, and you're going to need to have access to your gauge. You don't necessarily have to take it out of the tank, but being able to take it out of the tank to be able to run it through its full and empty position, because you will have to get a solid full position reading and a solid empty reading just so you can select the correct one. Keep in mind that you don't have to have the same manufacturer brand gauge and sender. As long as the ohms match, that's all that really matters. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this digital multimeter to ohms in the ohm settings. This one I'm going to set to 2000 just so we have a large range. And we're going to put the positive right here. What you see is this is the positive post. This is where you put the sender wire. Will connect from the gauge to the sender itself, and this is the ground post. If you don't have a ground post, then usually you use a ground off of one of the screws, or you can simply just use the flange. A lot of times you need to get a good, maybe you might have to scratch this to get a good reading. So in this case we have a positive and a ground, so we'll just use those. So I've already set the multimeter to 2000 ohms, and that's just a range. I've got the float position in its full, so I'm going to put the positive on the positive post and the negative on the negative post, and we're going to read off what it says. So this says 38 ohms. Keep in mind that most manufacturers give you about a 5 ohm range, so this is 33, considered a 33 ohm full, and then we'll move this float to its empty position, do the same thing, and you really need to kind of get a good connection here, or else you get a funny reading. So this is 240 ohms empty. So this sender itself would be a 240 empty, a 33 ohm full, which is a very common aftermarket. Other senders you may run into 0 to 90, 16 to 158, and there are a few others out there, 10 to 75. But it's really important that the sender and the gauge match the ohms, and then you can contact the manufacturer and ask whether they offer that type of ohm range. So that's how you find the ohm range in an older vehicle that you need to replace the sender itself.